flexion. Now, can I put my outside leg back and create, ooh, lost the head. And can I create that bend? So now, I got the bend, but then he's bracing. Now watch. I'm going to wait. Wait. See, he's braced in his nose because my leg's still moving tiny over. All right, now, that's where I can stop him. You see that? When he came around? Okay, let's try again. Head straight, forward facing John. Can I move his hip in and create lateral flexion? Elbow commotion. Ooh, that was a little quicker. You guys see it? Can you just step down? It's a lot harder than doing an indirect. Okay? And they'll do that on both sides. It's just one way to think about it. What all you're doing is keeping the head straight and then moving the hip in. Ooh, there it is. But if you practice this, and it all goes to heck, no matter what happens, say finally get the hip to move in, and then if the hip moves in and the head's still braced and straight, then just hold that until they'll flex, and then just release there. So even if they don't move their feet and flex at the same time, you can still start creating a positive pattern. Okay. So, and I move the shoulders forward. Now, does your horse have to be able to do this in order to change lead flying, do flying lead changes? No. Do they have to be able to do canter departures from a halter walk to flying lead changes? No. Do they have to be able to do launches in at a trot? No. They can do lead changes when they're little babies. Okay? But the better you get all this stuff, what's it going to do?
Make it simple.
Increase your odds. It's going to increase your odds. Okay? So the more control you get, it's going to increase your odds. Okay? But I've done lots of lead changes on. I had a 3-year-old, Colorado, it was his 15th ride, and I did like 10 flying lead changes up there. I kind of did it just to experiment because she kept pulling me to the gate. Circling around the honeycomb, cantering around the honeycomb. So every time we go that way, I would change leads from the lead I was on towards the gate, circle back around the other way, change leads toward the gate, and circle around. They can do it. They can do it easily. But the less we know about them, the better prepared we could ideally get our horses. Okay? When you come around, so again, let's pretend I'm on the left lead again. So left lead, and I start weighting the stirrup. Number one, that becomes my cue for later on to just go left lead, right lead, left lead. Okay? But I want you to realize it almost becomes as much about the release of pressure as it is about the application of pressure. Watch what I'm doing here. So left lead, left lead, left lead, left lead, right lead. If I'm pushing the shoulders left, I'm putting pressure on with this leg. When I take this leg off, there's a door now for that horse to come into. Does that make sense, everybody? Now, I'm also going to put my outside leg on. But if you put a lot of pressure on with your outside leg, you can scare them, right? So I want that cue to be almost the release of pressure. I've had several horses that were like ringing their tails or bucking through the lead change because the person was about to go right lead, left lead. And not that you don't ever put pressure there, but I want it to be as much about the release of pressure. Okay, so just by waiting that little bit, then switch. Just can't believe as they do this. Right lead, right lead, right lead, left lead. And they switch in their upper body. You go like this. And that's how you get the front end changed and not the back. Okay? Now, if he didn't change leads and he sped up, what should I do? If he didn't change leads and they speed up, I'm going to do this. Let's make believe. Okay? I asked him to change leads here, and he doesn't, and he sped up. I'm going to stop. I'm going to back up. And I'm going to roll back. And what lead am I going to stay on? The same one. I'm going to stay on that same lead. Because eventually, if this happens 3 or 4 times, what lead is going to get a little tired? And then all of a sudden, that new lead feels even better, doesn't it? Okay, so here again, as I'm coming into the pull, I'm going to weight my right stirrup a little bit. I'm thinking left lead, left lead, left lead, left lead, right lead. And walk. That makes sense?